Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Stasia and I have recently lost almost 50 pounds following a plant-based diet. So today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 of my current favorite lunches that I'm eating to still get this weight off. So if you're new to my channel, just to let you know, if you're in need of some more oil-free, whole food plant-based recipes similar to today's video, then all of my books right now are on sale for only $5. Right here, you're going to see some before and after pictures. This is when I was almost 50 pounds heavier, and by eating these exact recipes, I've been able to get the weight off. So if you're interested in checking them out, then the link can be found in my description box below. Alright, so my first lunch that I'm going to show you guys are my oil-free potato patties. I am completely obsessed with these. These are delicious. So all you need are a few potatoes. Here I used 4 smaller sized potatoes, even though they do look a little bit big, they are on the smaller side, as well as 1 carrot. So I was just steaming those for about 20 minutes. And then here I'm just chopping up about half of a small onion, and we're going to chop that up into tiny bite-sized pieces. Now, one thing worth noting with these potato patties is that they can really actually be customized however you like them. So if there's any ingredients I'm using today that you don't like, you can just easily swap it out. So here I am just poking the potatoes and the carrots just to make sure that they're tender, but you of course don't want them fully cooked. So after I took them out, I let them cool for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then here I'm just using a regular cheese grater, and I'm going to grate both the potatoes and the carrot. And as I was saying before, I've used different ingredients multiple times to make these. Sometimes I'll throw in some garlic, some zucchini, some green pepper, even hot peppers. So really just have fun with it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to add to this mixture is some nutritional yeast. I personally love this brand because it's unfortified, as well as it has a really mild flavor. Now, if you do not like nutritional yeast, then feel free to totally skip this part because it is not necessary. I cannot stress how easy these potato patties are, and to customize them as you please. So there I was just adding in a teaspoon of garlic powder and then half of a teaspoon of thyme, although I wish I had only added about 1/4 teaspoon. And then here's about half a teaspoon of paprika. So again, if you don't like thyme, it is kind of a strong taste. You can omit that or swap it out for maybe oregano. I did find that the thyme taste did come out a little bit strong. And I almost forgot the onions. So I remembered, grab those bad boys, and now we're gonna give those a mix and just mix it in. So again, you can next time even add garlic or swap the onion for the garlic, whatever you like, you get the point. So here we are just gonna roll them into the patties. So I just like to take a small handful and pat it down. The most important part is just making sure that the patties are all roughly around the same size so that they all have an even cooking time. So as you can see, I made it not too thick and not too thin. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off making those patties. So as you can see, that amount made about 4 decently sized patties that, will probably be 1 to 1.5 meals. So this is what they should look like when they're finished. I cooked them at 400 for about 30 minutes, and then for about the last 10 minutes, I threw it on broil just to get that beautiful brown crispy color. So here I'm just gonna plate them now. And one of my favorite things to eat with these potato patties are my cheese sauce. Oh my goodness. Talk about obsession. I absolutely love these. So this is what they look like. They are perfect to make if you're leaving the house because they package up really well. So if I'm having lunch on the go, then these are something that I have been enjoying bringing with me. These are honestly so tasty that I just can't imagine anyone not liking them. So I hope you guys give it a try. This is one of my new faves. All right, so my next lunch I'm going to show you are my crispy nooch potato chips. Now, once again, if you're not a huge fan of nutritional yeast, feel free to skip this lunch and go on to my third lunch. But if you're like me and you love nutritional yeast and that cheesy flavor that it gives, then keep watching because these are my absolute favorite. I am obsessed with these. So these remind me of eating potato chips actually. So another way that I like to make potato chips are the microwave version, but I always prefer not to use a microwave when it can be helped. So these are my new favorite way of making potato chips. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and add half of a cup of nutritional yeast to a bowl, and then I'm just gonna sprinkle in some garlic salt. I would say, probably half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon, and then just give it a good mix so that, it'll spread evenly on the chips. So there I was just blanching the potatoes for only about 5 to 6 minutes. You don't want them to be fully cooked through, but this really helps in retaining the moisture when we throw them in the oven. And the other thing is I keep a little bit of water at the bottom of the pot like I was showing so that the nutritional yeast mixture sticks to it, because again, we are not using any oil and keeping these babies very low fat. So here I'm just going to go ahead and coat all of the potato slices in that nutritional yeast mix and line them on a baking sheet with parchment paper. And the nice thing about these chips is that they actually don't take very long to cook. They only take about 20 minutes or so at 350 degrees in the oven. So I only flip them one time about halfway through, and then this is what they look like. Again, you kind of want that golden color, and they should be kind of crispy as well as soft on the inside. Oh, these are so delicious. So here I love to pair them with some barbecue sauce. Just make sure the barbecue sauce is oil-free, fat-free, or just make your own. But oh my gosh, these are amazing. I hope you guys love them as much as I do. Okay, so my last lunch has quickly made its way to the top of my list as well. My mother can definitely vouch for that. She sees me eating it all the time. So this is my sweet and spicy cabbage salad. Oh my goodness, so good. So here I'm starting off by just making some quinoa. Now this particular package said to dump the whole thing in and only add 3/4 of a cup of water. Yeah, that didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. So I did end up having to add a little bit more water to this, but you know, try to follow the instructions on whatever quinoa you have. And of course you can always add water if you need to. So next here, I'm just gonna go ahead and chop up the cabbage. Now this is Napa cabbage, which is a little bit softer in texture and actually milder in taste. I do love making this salad with regular green cabbage as well. I actually kind of maybe prefer it with the other cabbage, but Napa cabbage is nice too. So here we're going to go ahead and get that dressing made. So here I'm pouring 1/2 cup of maple syrup, and then I'll be adding 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. So these are the 2 stars of the show for this recipe. And then I'll be adding a teaspoon of garlic powder as well as a teaspoon of ginger powder. I suppose you could probably grate fresh ginger in there as well if you want, but powder just makes it, you know, a little bit easier. So here I'm just dumping it into a bigger bowl because I underestimated that, and giving it all a really good stir. Now with this salad, it is worth noting that it can be used also as a non-starchy veggie if you just want to leave out the quinoa as well as the chickpeas. So sometimes I do eat it that way as well, and I literally just have the cabbage and the dressing. But today I'm going to show you my starchy version because this is a one and done meal, can be made in advance, and it's perfect if you're having lunch on the go. It's definitely going to keep you full. So here I'm just going to go ahead and add in 1/2 cup of that quinoa that we made. And then next, I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of cayenne. Now you can definitely reduce that amount. It is a little bit spicy. I don't mind it spicy, but you can just start with even 1/4 teaspoon or 1/2 teaspoon, whatever you like. Or you can leave it out altogether if you don't want any spice at all. So then I just threw in 1/2 cup of chickpeas, and then I'm just putting that delicious dressing all over it. Again, this salad is awesome to be made in advance. Just keep it in the fridge, and you know, the cabbage holds up a lot better than leafy greens. So here I'm just gonna go ahead and plate it. Absolutely no overt fats added to this, but you're going to be so full off of the starch. Might I add, there's a ton of protein in both chickpeas and quinoa, because you know that's the $1,000,000 question in this way of eating, is where do we get our protein? So this salad is definitely a nice higher protein option if that's something that you're concerned about. But aside from that, oh my goodness, this salad is so delicious. Just the blend of the sweet and the spicy. Oh, I love it, and I eat it all the time. So if you are new to my channel and you're also trying to lose weight or on a plant-based journey of any kind, then consider subscribing to my channel because I would love to have you stick around. Losing weight has not come easy for me over the years, but I finally feel like I've cracked the code and I'm almost 50 pounds down. I'm super happy about it. So again, if you're in need of some more oil-free recipes like today's video that can help you on your weight loss journey, then don't forget to check out my awesome $5 book sale. The link will be in my description box below. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we will see you in the next one.